Being a game ranger is definitely dangerous. There's a whole bunch of different animals that we encounter every day that can put us into different situations. It all depends how you handle it. That's why we go through various courses. Also, the experience helps to be able to understand each and every animal that you encounter, know their behavior, know the different situations that they're in, whether it's during mating season or whether you have two different species fighting for various reasons. If you know your limits and you understand the animals, you shouldn't find yourself in too many dangerous situations. It's the conservational work that we do that really makes the job worthwhile. So for me, being a game ranger is one of the best jobs in the world. You get to be outdoors, you get to do work that not many people get to do.
One of the things that we have to do is cull. If you have too much of a population in an area, it can actually cause other populations to dwindle. If you have too many elephants, say for instance in national parks up in the Kruger, where they have culled large amounts of elephant herds because of overgrazing, and you literally see animals start starving to death, you start understanding the realization we have to step in and do something.
Culling, in a short description, is purely animal management through hunting, just to control animal populations, whether it's controlling sex ratios, male or female, or age structures of certain animal populations. Since in South Africa almost all your reserves, or all of them, are fenced up, you need some sort of management to control their populations. And since us humans have taken away your natural predation, animals will tend to overpopulate areas, and if they do, they destroy the habitat. So by using culling, we're able to control numbers and help find a balance in the ecosystem.
When we do a cull and we want to leave an animal out for the lions, we try our best to leave the animal and let the lions find it, which is also very natural. People think lions only hunt animals and catch animals, but they also will eat whatever they find lying around. So there's a couple of reasons and times where we would want to supplement lions, especially during the lambing and calving season. What happens is, especially in a smaller area, lions will actually start watching the herds and spot the female that's about to give birth. And very often they'll catch that female while she's giving birth, or they'll just catch the lamb or the calf that's just being born. So that would be a time. Or for example, we've got a young male that might be suppressed by the big male at a kill, and he might look like he's losing condition, and then we'll leave an animal for him to feed on if he finds it first. Or if the lioness is in estrus and they're just walking around mating all the time and she's not focusing on hunting, we might leave something out for them.
Our young male now, he's walking around and he's looking hungry because the older male's now dominating. But now, giving the thought and the understanding, that older male now is not able to reproduce. And this younger male is not old enough to reproduce. So now you need a gap time now, and you can't let him die because if the older male dies, there's no future for lions. So you need to actually step in and then do something. And that's when something needs to be supplemented. You'd have to then give him something like a bushbuck or impala or anything. And the way that's done is you've got to leave that animal there and get out, You've got a view from a distance. That lion doesn't become dependent on you for food.
Game ranges are really important because they form the basis of conservation in South Africa. Without them, we wouldn't have enough people hands-on to help conserve animals, help work with them, and also help with educating, which is the most important. The more game ranges you have out there, the more understanding there is with regards to wildlife in South Africa and what needs to be done to help conserve them through the different conservational practices that we use.
Every day there are more rangers being enlisted. So as it is now, I think the future is looking bright for both wildlife and rangers.